What's going on, guys? I thought I had to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Let me pin this comment. What's going on, everyone? What's going on, everyone coming in? What's going on, guys? So, I know y'all are usually not used to seeing me this early in the day, but I might be taking a nap soon. So I'm like, let me come up here and give some game. What's going on, y'all? Hey, how are y'all? Hey, how are y'all coming in? Let's do a tech check real quick. Can y'all hear me okay? You are the GOAT. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure you are the GOAT in your own right as well. So I definitely thank you for that. We're going to do a little Q&A today. We are going to do a Q&A today. Guys, why? Because I feel like helping someone. Okay, so if you have any questions about owning your own tax business, this being the tax season and all of that, we're still pretty early. Okay, sounds good. Fantastic. Thank you. We're still pretty early in the tax season. And last week I had to talk a lot of you all off of the off of the ledge because a lot of you all felt like your tax season was getting off to a slow start. But I explained that, employers have until January 31st to issue out 1099s and W-2s. So don't even worry. That means that your client isn't going to get their tax documents till beginning or mid-February, at least all of them. What's going on? Hey. So if you missed that live, just watch I think it was my last live stream on Instagram. So it should be real easy to find. Just go ahead and watch that one. I talk about it all there. I don't even think I introduced myself. My fault, y'all. For those of y'all, because y'all come up here. Y'all already know me. I already know y'all. But for those of you who might be watching this on replay or will hop in and don't know who I am Tatiani Favors. I am a tax business coach, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm a business coach to tax professionals. I absolutely love what I do. And what I do is I teach individuals how to start, build, and scale profitable tax businesses. Okay. This is my 18th tax season. This is my 18th tax season. So I've been in the taxation industry for 18 years, and I just look forward to helping people just realize, see that light bubble go off in people's heads when they finally get things, when they finally get something and reach goals that they've been wanting to reach for years and years and years. They've been trying to figure it out themselves. They've been trying to go to YouTube University and look at what everyone is saying and just has been confused. And once I lock in with someone, okay, we get it done. Okay, we get it done. And a lot of my students, even now that we're in tax season, are rolling. And we've been working since last January, February, March. So most of my students I work with at least 6 months or more. That's that long-term work in. That's that really starting from scratch, building and scaling your tax business so you can definitely reap the rewards and the benefits that is tax season. Okay. And so that's where a lot of my clients are right now. I'm so excited for them. And those of you all who just came in, we are having a Q&A. I have some questions already here because people ask me questions all day, every day. So I know my audience, like y'all stay so shy. Like I will always ask, okay, who has questions for me? No one has questions, or there are very little questions on the live, but the time I get off, my DMs are flooded with questions. So I guess I attract, who I am, and I'm an introvert. So I guess I attract a lot of introverts. So there's that. But this is a Q&A, so it is tax season. You can ask me anything that you want. Also, if you are looking to start a tax business, you can ask me those questions as well. I have two things coming up in the next. One is in 2 days, and the other one is starts on Monday, actually. So I have a free masterclass coming up for those of you all who want to start a additional stream of income, aka a tax business. I'm gonna show you how you can do that without leaving your job. A lot of you all already have a job, already have something that's bringing in money. The issue is it's not bringing in enough money. Okay, it's not bringing in enough money, and you want something that you can use or create and build without having to let go of your current income, and that's fine. And I can teach you how to start a tax business without leaving your existing job. As a matter of fact, many of my students, when they come to me in the very beginning, they still have jobs. That's why we start so early. That's why I start January, February, March, working with people year round, because it's a little thing called life that happens, okay? But also people have jobs, people have kids, people have other things, and it's just impossible to build a tax business in 30 days. So like, if you ever hear any of these tax gurus on social media talking about start a tax business in 30 days, run the other way and tell them I said to do that. I don't even care. Like, I want all the smoke with that, because that's an entire no-go. So click the link in my bio. It's a free masterclass on Thursday, on the 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for sure. Also, I have a challenge. The first challenge of the year. It starts on Monday, Sunday if you are VIP. But it is the How to Start a Tax Business from Scratch 5-day challenge. Definitely click the link in my bio to check out what we will be talking about each day. I dissect what we're talking about each day. Of course, I'm going to let you know to go ahead and become VIP, because VIPs get not only the replays to everything, but you get a Q&A after every lesson, okay? And then you get the VIP experience access. It's an additional group that you're in, and you also get the workbook, okay? The workbook. So definitely join VIP, because what I've learned as a entrepreneur, as a business owner, is if higher access is available, you always want the higher access. Why? Because you get to where you're trying to go much quicker, period, point blank. So click the link in my bio for that as well. And go ahead and join, but be in the room. If you can't do VIP, just get in the room. Get general admissions, just get in the room, okay? And it's January. I know y'all are catching up. Y'all are recovering from Christmas and New Year's and all of that. So the prices are literally slashed. But starting in February and everything, they're going to go back up to normal price. So I don't know what got into me when I was pricing this challenge, but y'all know my prices are usually much higher. So go ahead and take advantage of this. My heart kicked in and was like, let me just give them a break, because I really want y'all this information, the people who needs to get this information, I want you to get it. Okay. And I don't want you to have to break your pockets to get it. Okay. Payment plans are available. Go ahead and click the link in my bio. So let's go ahead and get to some of these questions, because I answer questions every day I answer questions every single day in my DMs. And I'm like, well, let me just answer some questions publicly, because I might go ahead and just answer your question. Okay. So these questions that I get from a little bit of everybody. Like, it's people who've been in the game for as long as I have, 20 plus years, well, 18 years, but people who have a lot of experience in the tax industry. But also I get questions from newbies who are maybe interested, who are considering coming into the tax industry. And so let's start there. That's a question that I get a lot from people who are considering a career in the taxation industry. And it's like, okay, it seems very saturated. Is the taxation industry saturated? I actually get that question a lot. Is the taxation industry saturated? And actually, what do y'all think? Do y'all think the tax industry is saturated? I just want to see what y'all think before I get into my answer on what I usually say. What do y'all think? Do y'all think the tax industry is saturated? And are you already in this industry, or are you thinking about entering in this industry? I want to see what y'all are talking about. What's up, Coach? But yeah, I want to know what y'all think. Do y'all think the tax industry is saturated? Like that's what I really want to know. Somebody answer. I want to hear this. I definitely want to know what y'all think, because I know what I tell people. And I actually have this conversation a lot with my peers, other people in the tax industry or whatnot. And even some of them disagree with me, but I love when people disagree with me. So I'm here for all the smoke. I love it. I love a good disagreement. So I get a lot, is the taxation industry saturated? And it is. I always say the tax industry is saturated if you come in here doing the same mess that everyone else is doing, period, point blank. So if you come in here talking the same stuff, doing the things that everyone else is doing, then it's saturated, because that is more than saturated. It is like at its brink. And what do I mean by coming in here and doing what everyone else is doing? Well, what I mean is, just look around. Even after this live, just stick around on social media, in these social media streets, and just look at all of the tax professionals and how they are marketing their business, right? And how they're marketing their business. Everyone is saying something like this, and they're saying it a little bit more professional, of course, than what I'm about to say. But everyone is saying something to the effect of, I prepare taxes, come give me your money so I can prepare your taxes. $7,000 bank advance, you know what I'm saying? Like, just vary that. Everyone just has different colors and different logo designs. Like, but everyone sounds alike. Everyone is going after the same target market. How do I know that? Because everyone is talking the same language. How do I know that? Because I study stuff. Because I study stuff. Okay, let me break this. We might spend this whole live on this here topic. Okay, on this here topic, because this gets me going. Okay, a lot of people, like I said, let me start from the beginning for those of y'all who just came in. Let me start from the beginning. When you look around at how tax professionals are trying to get people right now, on how they are trying to get tax clients, everyone is talking about how big of a refund you can get, up to $7,000, up to $10,000 this year. That's talking to a certain clientele. Everyone is talking about, hey, I prepare taxes, I can prepare your taxes, without giving any further detail. That's talking to a certain type of clientele. Okay, like, you can't talk to just any old body using the same old used jargon, just grabbing words that sound good but don't really mean anything to different types of clientele. You have to understand that, yes, everyone has to prepare taxes. I mean, everyone has to file taxes, but there are different types of people filing taxes. Therefore, you have to speak to different types of people in different ways. Therefore, you have to have a niche. That is a long way of saying niching down, and that is why it's just so important to niche down. And I always get questions about niching down as well, so I'll kind of intertwine that question into what I'm already answering right now, and why it's so important to niche down. A lot of people think that niching down means to stop your money flow, or to, what's going on, my Cherie? What's up? The GOAT. The truckers accountant in the building. What's up? But a lot of people think that you are actually losing money when you niche down, and you don't. Okay, you don't. Every time I've told a person to niche down and they actually did it, it did the exact opposite of what they thought it was going to do, which is they actually got more money. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But I'm going to bring this, make this full circle for you all as it pertains to, is the tax industry saturated? Like I said, it's only saturated if you come in doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. Meaning you come in here going after the same clientele that everyone else is going after, which is a broad clientele. You're too broad. Your language is too broad. Yes, like I said, yes, everyone files taxes, but you wouldn't talk to a W-2 wage earner how you would talk to a self-employed person, because they worry and they're concerned about many different things as it pertains to their individual tax circumstance. Okay. So a self-employed or a business owner individual doesn't care about filling out a W-4 and exemptions when filling out a W-4, because they don't fill out W-4s. So that doesn't matter to them. That's just one of many examples of how you would talk to one group of people different than how you would talk to another group of people. Another example, after this live, just look at these social media streets and look at these tax professionals, and maybe even some of you all are guilty of it. But it's cool if this is the type of clientele you're going after, because some of you, your niche are the people who tend to have earned income credit. Your niche are the people who tend to like bank products and things of that nature, and large refunds. So if that is literally your intention to get those people, then great, go for it. But most of the people who enter the tax business don't understand that I need to be talking to a particular group of people. They come in here and say, I just want money and I want clients, and I see that this is how other people are going to get clients, so this is how I'm going to get clients. And there's no intention behind it. There's no thought behind it. And so you find yourself like between a rock and a hard place, because you're not getting any clients and you don't know what you're doing. And so you say, oh, I wasn't successful in the tax industry because it was already saturated. No, you just came here doing the same mess that everyone else is doing, and quiet as kept, what everyone else is doing isn't really working, but they won't tell you that because they want your money. You see, vet these people on the internet. Vet me. I welcome people to vet me. Okay. Vet my receipts. Go up and down on my page. Be wary of people who became coaches since the pandemic. You can scroll down my page and see that I've been talking the same stuff since I got an IG page, which was 2016. And I've been in this industry for 18 years. Vet me, but vet anyone who you even listen to. I don't even care if you buy something from these people, even listening to, because we all have a thing called subconscious. And our subconscious picks up on everything, and it mentally stores everything. So you have so much gunk in your memory and in your mind that you are unaware of. And it's like, if you hear anything that's opposite of the mess that's already in your head, you're like, what is that? Because your mind has been repeatedly full of just mess. So now when you hear something that's actually pretty good, you go against it because your mind is just, because the masses talk about mess. The masses talk about mess. That might be my morning quote tomorrow. The masses talk about mess. Perhaps, maybe. But so if you come into this industry, like I said, doing what everyone else is doing, then it's saturated. How do I suggest you come into this industry? I'm happy you asked. And a lot of people ask me that question as well. I suggest when people come into this industry, first of all, come with intention. Like, don't just come in this industry as a money grab. Like, I've been in this industry for 18 years. You can make a lot of great money in this industry for sure. Trust me, right? But a lot of people also come in here as a money grab. And don't get me wrong, we're all in business. We're business owners. The goal is to make a profit. So let's not kid ourselves. We're in business to make a profit. Big facts. You get what I'm saying? Big facts. But in addition to making a profit, okay, we also want to make an impact. We also want to make sure that that we are creating an environment for our clients that is safe and trustworthy, that we're making a positive impact on people and their circumstances, that we are helping our community and the people who we want to help and all of those things. So yes, you can make a profit and you can do other good things. You don't have to come into this industry as a money grab and just, SHIT on everyone else just because you want their money. So like that's tangent, yes, but I care about the taxpayers, okay? Because it's not fair to them. It's like, as a female, if I take my car to a mechanic, I'm expecting my car to be fixed. I'm expecting, if I'm going on a road trip as a female and I take my profit and impact, exactly. And if I go to a mechanic or whatnot and something and my alternator needs to be fixed, I'm expecting that I'm going to pay this money and my alternator is going to be fixed. So I can drive on my road trip feeling safe that my alternator is fixed and now I can get to and fro. Halfway down my road trip, if my car breaks down because of the alternator, yes, it might be the mechanic's fault, but in that moment I still have to deal with it. In that moment I still have to pay more money to get my car towed and handle it myself in that moment. Now later I can sue and do all of this stuff, but it still comes on me. Same thing with these taxpayers. And I used to be in tax resolution, federally and state-wise. So people would get audited because of tax preparation lack of knowledge, lack of care, lack of experience, lack of choose one. Want D, all of the above, or all of them. You get what I'm saying? But it's the taxpayer who now has to pay 5 figures at least for someone who is good to represent them to the IRS, which is federally, or to a state representative, you know what I'm saying? If their tax return gets audited because of a frivolous mistake that someone did because it was a money grab. Someone tried to prepare a business return and didn't know what they were doing. They just knew that they can charge $1,800 for it and was like, well, yeah, I can do it, and messed it up, or whatever the case. Okay, so it like profit and impact in this space. Okay, so that's my TED talk for today. But getting back to how I suggest people enter into the tax industry. Like I said, don't do everything. Don't do what you see everyone else do. Come in with intention. Okay, so come in like you should go within this is not just the tax industry. This is any business you start. But since, I'm all about taxes, we're going to talk about the tax industry. But this is any industry, the tax industry, you have to have intention. You have to have intention and a plan. Okay, I'm going to start a tax business. These are the people who I want to serve. Everyone is never the answer. Everyone is never the answer of who you want to serve. Why? Because you can't talk to everyone at the same time. Like right now, I am speaking to aspiring and existing tax professionals. So either you already are a tax professional or you are thinking about becoming a tax professional. That's who I'm talking to right now. I'm not talking to everybody. That's why people come on this live. They see what I'm talking about. If it resonates, they stay. If it doesn't, they leave. And that's okay. You get what I'm saying? You want to come in here talking to a specific group of people. The great thing about that is you get to decide who that group of people is, whatever. Georgia Public School, whatever. Didn't do well in grammar, but I know how to help you make money in the tax business, in the tax industry. But anyway, come in here with intention, like I said, and understand who you're going to be talking to and who you want to work with. So do you want to work with wage earners? Do you want to work with truckers? Do you want to work with creatives like photographers or makeup artists or hairstylists or whatever? What industry do you want to work with? Do you want to work for real estate, people in the real estate industry? Okay. Why am I telling you to think about the group of people you want to work with? Because when you enter into the tax industry, or even if you already are here and you want to further distinguish yourself, because I didn't say something on this live and now you looking at your marketing like, ugh, mine look like everyone else's. Okay. Which is totally okay. You have to be able to identify the gap before you can fill it in your own business. It's completely okay. Okay. Just take action. You want to say, instead of, hey, I offer tax preparation services, give me money so I can do your taxes. You can say, I offer tax preparation services for hairstylists. I am a tax specialist for hairstylists. I'm a tax specialist for truckers. I'm a tax specialist for medical workers. That immediately separates you. That immediately separates you from everybody else who just says, I prepare taxes, period. Okay. And are giving very generalized tax tips and tax game and all of that. Okay. Now your tax tips and the tax education and your content on social media, or the content that you want to talk about if you are public speaking, or if you have podcast experience, or if you have an email list, or if you have a freebie, or whatever you do now can be geared toward a type of person, a type of industry, one industry. Why do I say this again? In addition from separating yourself from everyone else, we're small businesses, okay? We don't have get my name out there money, okay? We're not Home Depot or Coca-Cola. I hear a lot of people always say, I just want to get my name out there. I just want to get my name out there. Okay, so you got your name out there. Now what? You still don't have no clients. Getting your name out there does not equate into clientele. It's just like, okay, people know that you're there. But if you have your name out there, you don't have no type of call to action. Okay, link in bio is a call to action. But so is complete my survey. So is check out my stories. So is download my freebie, join my text list, email list, click my new YouTube video, comment below, share this with 10 of your friends. All of those are call to actions. All right. And getting your name out there doesn't mean anything if you're not telling the people what to do once they come in contact with your information. And when the people come in contact with your information, again, as small businesses, especially if you're just starting out, or if you have a finite amount of money, meaning you don't have an infinite amount of money to just be spending willy-nilly on ads and budgets and marketing, because all of us, no matter how much money you have, there's a budget set in place. I'm not going to go above this amount of money for my expenses. Okay, I have my supplies, my equipment, marketing, payroll, all of these things. You typically have a budget surrounding it, including marketing. If you've ever run an ad, which I definitely suggest that you all, start doing, if you don't do it this tax season, that's fine. Okay. And let me just address this real quick too. Your business needs exposure. Okay. Even things like this, me right here talking to you all now, this is exposure for my business. I'm not selling y'all nothing. I'm just giving y'all a game. But as much value as I give, people come to me all the time like, I just watched 12 of your videos. Like, how do I work with you? I'm not selling anything. I'm just giving y'all value and giving you the game because I have so much of it. And I realized, well, God told me that my experiences are not my own. So I share it with y'all. I also feel like it shouldn't take y'all as long as it took me to get to the bag in this industry. But I didn't have a me when I started my tax business years ago. I figured it all out by myself, and it took me almost 3 years once my tax business hit a plateau for me to figure it all out by myself. But since I figured it out, I did it. I grew. I told other people. They implemented it. Their tax business grew. It works. Period. Period. Point blank. Like, you know, that's it. But, dang, where was I going? I'm thirsty. What was I about to say? Oh, your tax business needs exposure. Okay, so whether you grow your following and people ask this question as well too. Do I have to be on social media? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Social media is one type of media for you to promote your business on. There are many types of medias. Medias meaning the platform in which you decide to market your business. So media can be flyers, business cards, podcast experiences, TV commercials, radio. Those are different types of media. Social media, however, is by far the cheapest. I'm up here. It doesn't cost me anything outside of what I pay Xfinity monthly for my Wi-Fi. And I think this phone is paid for. I don't even know. I don't know. I probably should know if this phone is paid for or not, but I don't know. But either way, I didn't have to pay Instagram before I hit the live button. You get what I'm saying? That's something I just didn't have to do. So this is a type of exposure. So you can you can get exposure organically on social media. Oh, so let me finish the question. So you don't have to get on social media, but I think it would behoove you to get on social media because it's just so accessible and you want to be where your audience is. And your audience, no matter what audience you decide to work with, they're on social media. It's your job to figure out what platform on social media. Are they on Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, IG? Where are they? Okay, where are they? Even if you're making a significant amount of money, because a lot of people, especially like the old school people, you know, who got 20 years of word of mouth. Yeah, I don't need social media or whatnot. No, you don't need social media. But if you were to get on social media, yeah, you're making multiple six figures, but you can hit that 7 figures real easy if you add social media. No one has ever said, I got too much money. I'm just saying. So even if you're well off, social media can help you, can help you help others, honestly. Because when we're blessed, you know, God just doesn't bless us for us. God blesses us so we can bless other people as well. You get what I'm saying? So if you think you have too much money, then give some of it away. Then start a nonprofit. Then make an impact in a different way. You get what I'm saying? So no, you don't have to join social media, but I would behoove you, especially if you have a business, to join social media and be consistent and be active on social media because it's just another exposure for your business. So 2 ways you can thrive on social media. You can do this organically. Okay. Organically, like this live, it was no ads telling you I was going live on January 17th at, I don't even know what time I started go live. I was just like, I'm sleepy. Let me go live before I go to sleep. Like that's literally how this, like my hair crazy. I ain't oiled it, sprayed no rose water on here. My eyebrows look crazy, but I'm like, I'm sleepy. Let me go live. Like that was literally the intention behind this live. Like, you know what? I'm sleepy. I don't need to go to sleep. Let me help somebody. Like that's exactly how, you know, so this right here will be considered organic. But then there are ads. So you can get an ad. You can get a Facebook ad, LinkedIn ad, Instagram ad. You can boost a post, right? And when you put money in this ad, and I'm going to wrap this around back to why niching down is so important. If you've never created an ad, let me show you how it goes. Well, let me tell you how it goes. When you create an ad, especially on Facebook, they ask you, okay, who do you want to see this ad? So you have to pick an age range, men or women, okay? What, you know, do you have, like, you can get really specific, even down to if these people are employed and what they have in their job title. What's a keyword that they might have in their job title? So you can put self-employed, or you can put makeup artist or hairstylist, or, you know, like, technology is so smart. You can pick what type of, where in the US are they going to be? Okay, do you want them just in your state, or do you want it to blast across multiple states or whatever? Do you want a certain age range? Do you want, like, all of these things? And without you having a niche audience, say you put $50 into an ad, okay? Say you have $50 to put in an ad, and you don't have any of those. You just say men and women from 18 to 65, okay, that have job, or just everybody. That $50 isn't going to get you far, because that means that that ad is literally going to go in front of everybody. But everybody is not your client, and everybody is not going to be interested in what you have to offer. Case in point, if I see your ad being in the same industry, why would I want tax preparation services from anybody? I do my own taxes. And I barely do my own taxes. Shit. Okay? I barely do that. So your ad, on my eyes, is a waste, because I'm not going to click your bio link. I'm not going to go to your website and schedule a call with you, because I'm not interested in what you have going on, because I'm in the same industry. So, and I have my own team. Like, I'll have my team do that. Okay. But if you have your niche audience, and let me tell you right now, 18 to 65 is too broad. That's too broad, because you would talk to 18-year-olds way differently than you would talk to someone in their 50s. Period, point blank. People in their 50s and 60s have life insurance. They're worried about their IRAs and SEPs and stuff like that. 18-year-olds just want $100 back so they can go get some illegal alcohol or something. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? So you would talk to them totally different than each other. So having an age range of 18 to 65 is too broad. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Without even if you have a niche, 18 to 65 in any niche is too broad. Let's just throw that out there. Okay. Let me just say that. Second thing, same $50, but you say, you know what? I want women between the ages of 30 and 44 who are makeup artists. No, let's say hairstylists, who live in the southeastern region of the United States. So it's like Georgia, the Carolinas, Florida. Okay. Your $50 will go much further, because now your ad will be put in front of those people. How does Meta, Facebook, how does Meta know these things? Because when you create an account, you put your age, you put where you live. Like, they know your age, where you live, and what you're into. The way technology is now, the way Big Brother is looking, it is a marketer's dream. It is a marketer's playhouse. Okay, a stalker's too, but we're not talking about that. That's another live. But it is a marketer's dream. Okay, because it's just so much information out there about your future client, your potential client. You get what I'm saying? So same $50. So y'all see how, if you're so general, that $50 is going to get you no clients. Maybe one, maybe. And you're going to be like, oh, ads don't work. No, you don't know how to work the ad. You didn't do your homework before you spent your money to make that ad work. You have to know who you're talking to, or who you want these ads to go in front of, to significantly increase your probability, okay, of actually having someone schedule a consultation with you. Come in for a quote, download your freebie, follow you. Whatever call to action you have, okay? That is the ultimate goal, is to get our potential clients to do whatever we tell them to do via our CTA, which is the call to action. Okay. So even when it comes to marketing your tax business organically or ad wise, it's very important to streamline who you're talking to. And so I said we might spend the whole time on this here topic, but this here topic is very important because I get this question a lot. So like the taxation industry isn't saturated if you come in here with your own path, intentional and doing your thing. It is if you are trying to get the same business everyone else is getting. Okay. Do y'all have any questions? What's going on with my live? Not even about what I'm talking about now, or it can be, but any questions at all. Any questions for me at all. Also, y'all already know y'all can DM me for sure. Click the link in my bio. I got 2 things coming up: a free masterclass coming up on Thursday, and a how to start your tax business from scratch. Okay, that starts on Monday. Sunday, if you get VIP. Sunday is the bonus for VIPs, but the actual 5-day challenge starts Monday, and it's next week, the 23rd through the 27th. And I will say, even if you've experienced the tax season before, because I get this a lot too, people who are in the tax industry who have experienced tax seasons, when they join or even get a sample, and this is what the challenge is, just us, you get 5 days with me, 6 if you get VIP, to just, is this, but more intimate, okay? Just more intimate, not over the internet waves, and people feel more comfortable to ask their questions and everything. You can ask me anything. I'm there until all the questions are done, and that's after. This is VIP, but that's after I teach you the lesson of the day. It gives you a sample of what it is to work with me, but even in those short 5 or 6 days that we'll be working with each other, I don't know how to not give the game. I don't know how to not give the game. So if you ask me a question, I'm definitely going to answer it. However, even people who have been in or have experienced tax seasons or whatnot, and they join my, kind of what they might say are my beginners, my beginners challenges or master classes, they still learn things. Because just because you've been in an industry in a while doesn't mean that you don't have gaps that need to be filled. Doesn't mean that you haven't had a plateau in your business. That's what happened to me. Look, I have my degree in accounting. I have my bachelor's degree in accounting. I did work for Liberty Tax Service for a tax season after I graduated. But then I worked for a tax law firm for years. And then I started my tax business, and I still hit a plateau. So even with formal education and in real life experience, my business hit a plateau. Why? Because just because you know how to prepare taxes doesn't mean you know how to run a business. I'm going to say that one more time in case you missed that. Just because you know how to prepare taxes doesn't mean you know how to run a business. They are not together. Okay. And I had to learn that the hard way. I had all of the experience in the world, but I didn't know how to be a business person. And that's my specialty. I teach people how to be business people, how to start, build, and scale a profitable tax business. Not a self-employed business, not a side hustle, none of a tax business, heavy on the business part of it. So a lot of you all might be functioning as a sole proprietorship. A lot of you all may not even have your business plan together, don't even know the trajectory of your tax business. A lot of you all don't even know how to price your tax returns properly, or even not even pricing your tax returns, or even are confident in the prices that you have. Okay. A lot of you all don't even have what you need as a legal entity Okay, I'm talking about a business, being a business and everything that comes with that, making sure that you are a legal tax professional in your state, that you have the proper credentials, making sure sometimes you have to go back and fill in those gaps, but you can't fill in gaps that you aren't aware of, that you haven't identified. And that's the hardest part. You know what? I think that was probably half my battle, why it took me almost 3 years to figure things out, because my pride and ego got in the way. I got a degree. I've been dealing with, upper echelon clients. I've been doing tax res, nonprofits, out here. While my business hit a plateau. So all of the skill set that I had in my mind, I thought should have equated immediately into me being a financially successful business person, and it didn't. So I didn't even start to look into my business at what the gaps were until about a year and a half later. Okay, a year and a half after I've already identified that there was an issue, and the issue was my bank account was not where I wanted it to be. Okay, that was an issue, but my ego was too high and haughty for me to be like, okay, well, what's really happening? And a year and a half after, I was like, okay, my bank account isn't where I want it to be, and actually looked at my business. I decided to try things that I kept on hearing people with a lot more money said that they did in their business. And I'll tell y'all exactly what it was for me. Everyone talking about a business plan. My plan was to do a lot of tax returns and to get a yacht. I had 2 plans. That was the extent of my plan. Prepare taxes so I can get a yacht. Boom, right? But that isn't a great plan because I'm only one person, first of all. So there's a cap on my money because there's a cap on how many tax returns that I can do myself. I didn't even consider that. I'm thinking I'm just going to do all the tax returns and just not get any sleep. And that's not longevity. Maybe you can do that when you're young. I was like in my 20s. Y'all see these here grays? I'm 37 now. I wish I would be trying. Look, I'm about to I still might take a nap after this live, okay? Like that really might happen. Okay? I need sleep. I figured that out. I go out for half the night, come back home by 12:01 and feel like I done been out since like 6:00 a.m. and is tired. Like my body does not do what 20-year-old Tot did. So that's not a solid plan is what I'm saying. If you plan on having longevity in this industry, then staying up doing taxes around the clock isn't feasible. It isn't feasible in any stretch of the imagination. So what I did was actually created a business plan. What I did was actually create a mission statement. I had heard of this stuff and I'm like, ooh, a mission statement. Look, my mission is to get money. My plan is to get a yacht. That's it. Like that was my disposition when I started my business. But when I went back and actually did my business plan and actually created a mission statement and actually researched what other successful business owners were doing, not even in the tax industry. Like I wanted to know what successful people were doing any and everywhere, because y'all doing something I'm not doing. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? And I found out that they had things like business plans and they knew their numbers, and they had things like budgets, and they had things like mission statements, all the things that I thought was like laissez-faire, you know what I'm saying? These people had. So I'm like, all right, if they have it, I'll try it, whatever. Very begrudgingly. But once I actually did it, and this is why I think this is what I took from it. My mission statement and my business plan. It was other little things, but those were the main two, because those were the things that I heard from the very beginning that I always refused to do because I thought they were a waste of time. And I'm like, my plan is to make money. This was like 20-year-old time. My plan is to make money, and get my yacht. Like, that was my plan. You know what I'm saying? My entire plan. So when I actually did it, what it did for me, and different things will affect people in different ways, but what it did for me was on the day, because motivation doesn't grow on trees. So on the days where I lacked motivation, even lacked inspiration, even lacked belief, even felt like I didn't even know what I was doing that day, I can refer back to my mission statement. I can refer back to my business plan and be like, oh, okay, this is where I'm going. Okay, this is why I'm doing this. And that really kept me like, okay, from losing my mind. And it kept me on the trajectory that I had already identified for myself and for my business. You get what I'm saying? And so that is what helped me on those days where I was just lost, because I know y'all have experienced some of those, that like people say I woke up on the wrong side, however you want to say it, whether it's woke up on the wrong side of the bed, whether it's you just don't feel like it. You should still do stuff because you can act in opposition of how you feel. But it's very hard to make yourself do something when you don't want to. Sometimes you have to. But if you are, if today is a doubt day and you're like really having some limiting beliefs and you're doubting yourself and things aren't going right, then it's very difficult to remember why you're on a certain path and what you're doing and what you need to be doing next. The business plan helps you be like, okay, all right, well, I don't feel like, let me just tackle this then. Okay, I'll tackle this. I know this needs to be done. Let me just tackle this. Okay, here's my mission statement. Boom. Let me read this a few times and remind myself why I'm here and what I'm striving for. That's what it did for me. Okay, on those days where I didn't know, when I was like Ricky Bobby and just like didn't know what to do with my hands. Okay, Talladega Nights. Yeah, one of my favorite movies. Whatever, it's funny. If you've never watched it, watch it. It is a hoot. But but if you've ever felt like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what creating things like the business plan and mission statement did for me. So even though I was years into the tax industry and had all this formal education and real life experience, I still hit a plateau. I had to go back in my business and identify the gaps, swallow my pride so I can go ahead and start filling in these gaps. Even if some of these gaps felt like they were a waste of time, because most of these gaps felt like it was a waste of time. That's why they were gaps, because I didn't think that they were important. Okay? They are very important. Because once I filled those gaps, then a shift happened. And boom, I started to see significant increase in my business, my clientele, my bank account, my impacts, all of that. And so I'm saying the same thing for you. So definitely, let's spend some time together next week. Click the link in my bio. Join the challenge. Even if you've been in the taxation industry, join the challenge, okay? Definitely want to join the VIP, but I just want you in the building. So join general admission if you need to, okay? Like, that's what I'm going to say. I also have a free training this Thursday. You can go ahead and register for that as well. That is free $99. All you need is an internet connection. Okay. So if I don't have any questions, I'm about to get up off of here before my battery dies. Okay. I'm sure I have some DMs for questions, but that's all good. And I'll see y'all later on this week, probably. Okay. Peace.